Okay, well, let's get going. Welcome to class. So today is our Grow with GoGo chair yoga class. Before we get moving, just a reminder of some of the things GoGo can do for you. So you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services. So things that need to get done around the house, like shoveling snow or changing light bulbs, all by calling one phone number, and that number is 855-464-6872. Also a reminder that if you refer a friend, you both get $10 in credit. So if you refer a friend to GoGo, they get $10 and you get $10. To find the referral code, you go to the bottom of your receipts from GoGo. Or you can also call the operator and get that taken care of that way. Also, a reminder, we have a Facebook group. So if you ever want to continue on any of these conversations we have together online, then you can go to our Facebook group. We'll have a link in the chat. And people share photos and just what's going on with them or how they use GoGo. And now, without further ado, we'll get going. So I'm Adra. If we haven't met, I teach the yoga and fitness classes here at GoGo. So this is our agenda. We'll be checking in, figuring out what you need, and having a brief meditation, and then going right into our movement class. Before we get moving, does anyone remember last week's move of the week? So every week we have a move that we try and remember for functional fitness and for yoga. And I can't necessarily see everybody's videos all at once. So if you're doing it, I might not see it. So it's always good to either unmute yourself or throw it in the chat. No one remembers the move of the week? I know some of you are giving other people an opportunity to try and remember. Something with the upper body. I'm seeing Bertha covering her face. Okay, can't remember. That's okay. That's okay. See, this is why I've started writing it down. I'm looking to the times I've put my little piece of paper. I can write it every week. Has to do with our. Is that a clue enough? Me tapping my shoulders. No, no one remembers. Okay, okay. Well, I'll give it to you. It was shoulder rolls. Our move of the week was shoulder rolls. So hopefully we'll do this week's move of the week a lot more. I'll give you a new one during class. We can try and remember it for the following. So you do want a chair. You can sit in a regular chair. So I have a chair with no armrest. That tends to be the easiest, but if you feel comfortable there. A couch is even fine. Doesn't matter, just sit on something and that'll work. All right, and let's get going. So I've stopped sharing. So my and then we'll allow you to see just me. All right, so you're gonna settle into your seat. Moving forward, we're going to be starting our sessions with a little bit of meditation, with a couple of minutes of meditation. So just settling in and making sure you're really comfortable. So you can sit back, you can stay forward. Just wherever you go, make sure you feel steady and comfortable. Jaws relaxed, shoulders relaxed, back of the neck is long. Go ahead and close your eyes or let your gaze soften down to the ground. Just taking a few moments to check and notice how you are doing. Notice what's going on mentally. What kind of thoughts are present right now? And checking in with what's going on emotionally. What kind of feelings are present? And finally, checking in physically. How is your body today? And then begin to tune into your breathing. Notice the natural rhythm of your breath. Notice the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. And if it's okay with your body, go ahead and slow your breath down just a little bit. Stillness. Just noticing those pauses at the top of the inhale and bottom of the exhale as you breathe. And letting that go. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed, or maybe you allow them to open. Going right into last session's move of the week, or last yoga's move of the week. Let's do some shoulder rolls, a couple of shoulder rolls forward. And a couple of shoulder rolls back. And then allow the shoulders to relax. Let's do a little head rotation, looking right and left. And then nodding the head, yes. Looking up and down. And bringing the head back to center, we'll bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, so side stretch of the neck. The shoulders are soft, so it's not that you're touching your shoulder with your ear, you're just moving the head in that direction. And then other ear to shoulder. One more time. Right ear to right shoulder. And back up. Left ear to left shoulder. And back up. Let's inhale, open up the arms out to the side and lift the chest. So stretch the front of the body as you reach those fingers out to the side and back behind you. So a bit of a back bend. And then exhale, round your back, turn your arms in, bring the backs of the hands to touch as you drop your chin to your chest and tuck your tail. So we inhale, open the front of the body, reach those arms out and back, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, round the back, bring the backs of the hands to touch as you curl your spine. Keep going, follow your breath. I'm just trying to get a different view. You can stay just where you are. A few more times. Follow your own breath. So don't worry about my speed or anybody else's. Follow your breath. And then make your way back to center, releasing your arms alongside the body. If you're way back in your chair, go ahead and scoot yourself a little forward so you're towards the front edge of the chair. And then begin to side bend, side to side. So you decide how low you go. We'll add some breathing. So if you'd like, you inhale down to the side. Exhale, use those side body muscles to lift yourself back up. Inhale as you side bend to one side, doesn't matter which side. Exhale, use those side body muscles to lift yourself back up. Let's go about one more time each side. And then making your way back to center. Let's bend those elbows and find cactus arms. So elbows are bent about 90 degrees. If arms in this position doesn't work for you, just lower the arms lower or just get rid of the arms. We're rotating our spine, so twisting your spine one way and then the other. Now first, just noticing as you twist your spine, notice what your pelvis and your legs are doing. So oftentimes our lower body wants to move with the spine, which is totally natural and normal. But now see if you can keep your lower body from moving and twist just your upper body. What does that feel like? Of just finding movement in the spine, in the shoulders, and in the torso and rib cage, and not in the pelvis and the legs. So you probably can't twist quite as far when you keep the lower body from moving. And bring yourself back to center, releasing those arms. We'll inhale, circle the arms out to the side and then up towards the ceiling, reaching tall. Find lots of length in your torso. Palms touch. Exhale, hands lower towards the heart. Again, inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Reaching tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, arms circle out and up, reaching. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pause here. Interlace your fingers. So you're going to interlace those fingers and then push your palms forward. Stretch those forearms. Hands can be chest height, or if it's more comfortable, lower the arms down slightly. Holding a couple of breaths. And then bring the hands back. We're just going to switch the interlacing. And by switch, I just mean which pinky is on the bottom or thumb on top. So you're going to release and then switch the interlacing. It just feels a little funny. And then push those palms forward once again. So we have our habitual ways of doing things. So one way will feel a little weird. And then release, put your thumbs inside of your palms. You're creating fists. So thumbs go inside, wrap those fingers around, and then circle those wrists. Circle the other way. And then let your arms go, releasing those hands, moving to our feet, going into some heel raises, alternate lifting one heel and then the other. So toes stay down, balls of the feet stay down. We're lifting a heel off the ground. So finding some motion and articulation into the ankle, feeling that knee lifting. But the action is happening at the ankle, the foot, the calf muscles are helping you here. You can continue just like this. Or if you'd like to add on, you're going to lift the entire foot off of the ground, going into a little bit of march. So either you're going into heel raises or marching. When you're marching, try and keep your torso upright. So we're avoiding movement back and forward with the torso. We're trying to find that movement just in the legs. Can you find that lift of the leg, so that thigh bone moving in the hip socket without moving your torso? And we're going to add a little bit of a kick. So we're going to lift one leg, kick it forward, bend, and lower. Lift, kick, bend, and lower. If this doesn't work for you, go back to one of the other variations. So the heel raises or the marching. You don't have to do the kick unless it feels interesting or good to your body. Right? Anything we do is to make your body feel good. So if something doesn't feel good, then you don't want to do it. You don't want to injure yourself. Couple more. And let that go. Windshield wiper your knees a little side to side. We're going to go into a little bit of core work here. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. You do not need to move. So make sure you're towards the front edge of your chair or couch, so your backrest is a little bit far away from you. We're going to cross the arms in front of the body. We'll inhale, lean back, going towards your backrest. You may or may not touch it. It's okay if you don't. And then exhale, use those abdominal muscles to lift yourself back up. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, sit up. Keep going. Follow your breath. Few more times. No rush. But next time you're sitting tall, stay up. We're going into a twist just to stretch out those abs a little bit. So we're going to rotate our spine one way. Hands come either side of your one of your legs. You can hold on to your chair or your leg. We're just twisting and holding here. You can even let your gaze follow the twist. So it's not just the torso twisting, but maybe you turn your head to twist. Maybe your eyes even continue on that twist. And unwind and twist the other way. Rotate the spine, hands can go to your leg or your chair. Rotate the torso, but then also let the neck twist, so turning the head. And then the eyes continue, they follow that motion. And coming back to center. All right, let's take those legs nice and wide. So depending on your chair, you're either going to need to scooch forward, or you might find that scooching back on your chair will make this easier. So legs go as wide as is comfortable. Toes are pointing out, knees are pointing out. Let's first just lean forward a little bit. So as you prop your hands on your legs and lean forward, your shoulders can creep up towards the ears. And just pause here for a few moments and notice how that feels. If it feels okay, you're going to drop one shoulder forward and twist your spine a little bit. And come back to center. And then drop the other shoulder forward, twist your spine the other way. Back to center. One more time, each side. Shoulder drops forward, twist. And center, other side, shoulder drops. And back to center. Lift your torso up, leave your legs if you can. Couple of shoulder rolls back. And forward. All right, we're going into a side stretch. Let's go to the left side first. So we're going to bring the left hand to your left thigh or knee, or left forearm finds your armrest or your leg. So any of those three is fine. So we're finding some side bend, some stretch here along the right side of your waist and rib cage. Your right arm can stay down. It can go out to the side. It can go up to the sky, or it can go all the way overhead. So any of those options, totally fine. Whatever feels good here. Try and keep your hips grounded in your chair. A couple of deep breaths. Let's go ahead and lower your arm and use those core muscles. Lift yourself back up. And we switch sides. Right hand on your knee, or right forearm to an armrest, or right forearm to your leg. So we're finding a little side bend here. Your left arm can stay low if that's best for you, or left arm can reach out to the side. It could also reach up to the ceiling, or it can reach overhead. Whatever option feels best for you, find whatever feels good. Several deep breaths. And then lowering your arm, lifting your torso back up. Couple of shoulder rolls back. Couple of shoulder rolls forward. And then let's pull those legs back together. Let's stretch one leg forward in front of us. Let's do our right leg first. I'm just turning sideways so you can see. So right leg comes forward in front. Left knee stays bent. So I have one straight leg, one bent knee. We're going to point and flex that right foot. So finding motion in the ankle and in the foot. And then next time the toes are facing up towards the sky, where the toes are flexed, you'll stay there. From here, we're leaning forward as you inhale, feeling some stretch in the back of the leg. And then exhale, sit tall once again, backing away from the stretch. Inhale, lean into the stretch, feeling the back of the leg. Exhale, sit up, move away from the stretch. A few more times. Move at your own pace. And then next time you're sitting tall, we'll stay upright. We're going to rotate the leg now in the hip socket. So think about this being the thigh bone, so that upper leg bone moving in your pelvis. You're going to turn your right toes to the right, so the leg's going to turn out, and then you're going to turn those right toes into the left. I'm going to turn again forward in case you want to see from a different angle, but we're just rotating that thigh bone in the hip socket, so the knee is going to turn in and the toes will turn in, and then the knee and the toes will turn out. So we're finding some motion there. And then we'll turn the toes in and hold for a few breaths. Just feeling that sensation in the hip with the leg turned in. And then turn the leg out, toes point out and hold. Then toes back to center. And rebend that knee and we switch sides. So other leg goes long. So left leg straightens, right leg is bent. We point and flex that left foot. So we're finding motion in the ankle. Next time the foot is flexed, we'll stay there. We'll inhale, lean forward, feel the stretch intensify the back of that left leg. And then exhale, sit tall, back away from the stretch. Inhale, come forward in towards the stretch. Feel the stretch intensify. Exhale, sit tall, back off. Keep going. No rush. The next time you're sitting tall, we'll stay up. We're going to find that rotation of the leg. So it's that thigh bone moving in the hip socket. So we're going to turn the toes and the knee out, and then turn the toes and the knee in. So we're finding sort of this windshield wiper motion with the foot, but the whole leg is moving. Noticing the range of motion. Is it easier on this side or harder? And then we'll turn the leg in and hold. Feel that internal rotation here. Hold for a few moments. And then turn the leg out and hold. Toes back to center, rebend that knee, go ahead and windshield wiper the knees side to side. All right. Let's inhale, circle those arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart. You're gonna bow forward here. Arms circle out to the side and up towards the sky. Lift your torso. Exhale, as the hands lower towards the heart, you're going to bow forward. Hands circle out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart, bow forward. And this time we're going to hold our bow. So maybe the hands come to your legs for support. Maybe your forearms find your legs, or maybe your hands find your feet or the ground. So wherever you go, make sure you can come back up safely. But we're finding a little bit of a fold forward. So hands can be on your legs, forearms on your legs, or hands to the ground. See if you can let your head and neck go. A couple of breaths. Seeing where your breath moves in your body when you're sort of folded forward. Does it move into your back? Or can you feel your chest and belly expanding against your legs? And then taking your time, lift yourself back up. Let the blood come back to the head. Let's do a couple of wrist circles while we get that blood back to the head. Wrist circles one way and wrist circles the other way. All right, we're moving to our standing portion of class. Standing is for about 3 minutes, no more than 5. If you don't want to stand, please stay seated, not a problem. If you do want to stand, come on up and then either find a wall space or make your way behind your chair. I'm going to turn my chair just so you can see. You do not need to move your chair, so you can just go around it if there's space, or just find something that you can hold on to. You want to make sure that you're safe. So hands on the chair or on the wall or on the table. Let's step the right foot back. Bring that right heel down towards the ground. So we're pressing that right heel down and then bending into your left knee, your front knee. So our front knee is bent, our back leg is straight. Our feet are about 2 to 3 feet apart. You can stay here holding on to the chair, or hover your arms above your chair, or reach your arms up to the ceiling. Warrior one. Any of those, totally fine. Couple of deep breaths. Hands come back to your chair. Straighten out your front legs when you now have 2 straight legs. And then bend your elbows, begin to hinge forward for a hamstring stretch. So you're going to start to feel sensations in the back of the front leg. You can bend those elbows as much as you want. Maybe the forearms find your chair. Maybe your hands find your leg. So wherever is comfortable, we're looking for some stretch in the back of that front leg. You might think about reaching your tailbone towards the ceiling. Because if you tuck your tail under, you lose a lot of stretch. So think about reaching that tail up towards the ceiling. You're on your forearms or your elbows are bent, begin to lift your torso back up. Rebend that front knee and step forward. Back foot meets the front foot. Switching sides. Left leg steps back 2 to 3 feet. All 10 toes are facing forward. We're bending our front knee. Back leg is straight, front knee is bent. So you might feel the calf stretch or stretch in the lower part of that back leg. Feel free to stay here with your hands on the chair, or hover your hands above the chair, or reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Jaw is relaxed, breath is smooth. Hands come back to your chair. If they're lifted, straighten out that front leg, hamstring stretch. You can bend those elbows a little bit or a lot to get more stretch in the back of that right leg. You could bring your forearms to the chair or your hands to the leg. Holding the stretch, and watch that you're not tucking your tail. So if you tuck your tail under, you lose a lot of stretch. You're trying to reach your sits bones and your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and lift your torso back up. We'll rebend that front knee and step forward. Back foot meets the front foot, standing nice and tall. All right, one more standing stretch. We're gonna have both hands on your chair, table, or wall. Walk those feet back. We're creating an upside down L position. So hips are over the ankles, torso's moving towards parallel to the earth. If that's too much, torso can stay taller, so you don't need to come all the way forward. Several deep breaths. And then walk yourself back up. We're gonna stand in mountain pose. So if you need to, keep holding on to your chair. Otherwise, let go of your chair here for a moment. Feel your feet firmly planted on the ground. And just stand tall with even weight on your feet, front to back, right to left. Spine is long, the jaw is soft. Breath is smooth. And then let's go ahead and come on down to sit. Coming back to our chair. From our chair, we'll cross that right ankle over the left leg. So if this feels impossible, you have several options. So right ankle over the left thigh. You can sit yourself up taller. So maybe grab some pillows and sit yourself up taller. The lower you are, the harder this will be. If that's still not possible, you could cross your legs instead, or you can cross your ankles instead, letting those knees splay open. Whatever variation position you choose, you'll begin to take some circles with your torso. Now take your time here as you circle. Notice those tight spots, any areas that feel like they're getting a lot of stretch. You can always slow down. And circle the other direction. And then go ahead and hold the stretch in whatever position feels good. So maybe that's leaning forward, maybe that's sitting tall, maybe it's leaning to one side or the other. Doesn't matter, there's no right or wrong. You're just holding the stretch where it feels good. You're leaning forward or to one side, sit yourself nice and tall again. Keep your legs. We're gonna twist our spine towards whichever leg is on top. So if right leg is on top, you're gonna twist to the right, bringing your opposite hand, so left hand to your knee as you rotate. Unwind and release the legs, shake them off. And we'll find our other side. So crossing that left ankle over the thigh. Crossing the ankle over the thigh is not going to work. You can cross your ankles or you can cross the legs. From there, circle your torso one direction. Noticing those tight spots, those interesting areas. And circle the other way. And then as you're ready, you'll go ahead and hold the stretch in whatever position feels good or interesting to your body. Keep your legs, lift your torso up, and then we twist towards whichever leg is on top. So if left leg is on top, we're twisting to the left, right hand comes to the knee. And go ahead and unwind, undo your legs, shake them off. And then planting those feet, let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling, reaching tall. Exhale, palms touch, hands lower towards the heart. One more time, inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, palms touch, hands lower down towards the heart and then to your lap. We're gonna sit for 2 minutes for our final meditation or resting. If you wanna scooch back into your chair and want a little more support here, you're welcome to scooch back. Maybe you close the eyes or let your gaze soften to the ground. Unclench the jaw, soften the eyebrows, and tune into your breath. Feeling that nice cadence of the breath, the natural flow of the breath in and out of the body. Let's take a deep inhale together, in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Again, deep inhale, fill those lungs. Exhale, let it out. One more time, deep inhale. And let it go. Bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. And take a moment to thank yourself for taking time to take care of your mind and your body. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for joining today for our Grow with Go Yoga, our move of the week. So for you to remember, not for next week, because next week is functional fitness, but for the week after, wrist circles. So I highly recommend you write it down. I'm going to write it down in my little trusty spot here. So we've done our shoulder rolls. Yoga is now wrist circles. Alrighty, everyone. If you have any questions, now is your time to ask. If you also want to see everybody, you can go to your top right-hand corner and look at the thing that says view on your computer, well, within the Zoom, and you can change it to gallery view. That way you can see everybody else instead of just me. Ross is asking, does yoga help with sciatic maladies? So yoga might help. Yoga is not a rehab modality necessarily, unless it's very specific for sciatica, but sciatic issues can be due to so many different things. So yoga might help. Our sciatic nerve is actually two nerves, and they do exit around our hips. So for some people, stretching the muscles around the hips can relieve some of that discomfort in the nerves. But there's no promises.
Well, my hips are always tight. They're always very tight. And I think this was very good for my hips. Very good. They feel much looser.
Awesome. Great. I'm happy to hear that, Joe, that they feel looser. So we're not completely done in terms of what's happening, in terms of what classes are happening. The Wednesday is going to continue as is, I believe. But you'll get an email to follow up on what's going on. And it's also totally fine. I think somebody mentioned that they had to come in late. That's totally fine. Come when you can. It is okay to pop in and then have to leave early or pop in late, as long as you're being safe and keeping in mind how your body is doing. Alrighty, well, if no one has any other questions, we will wrap up. Wonderful to see you. So next week is functional fitness. So that's our more standing, slightly more challenging physically class. Less stretching, but still a little stretching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Don't forget some wrist circles. Write it down. Or just try and practice it every day. Thanks, everybody.